welcome back. It's been a hot minute. It's now time for week 8, week 9, sort of. The last FMP diary, the big finale. I'm currently on my way down to the coordinates left by Delta Taish to try and catch them and rescue my good friend Delta Deeble Dorble. Yeah, so, but in the meantime, what have we been up to during week 8? So, over the weekend, which technically falls into week 7, but that weekend I was editing all weekend because I've got to, catch up with enough of the footage to where it's done. My sections and all that was left to do was the audio. I carried on with these sections Monday and Tuesday, and it was also on these days that I finished the research report, and I think Delta Donovan's has been done with the research report for quite a while now. So yeah, that was that. So then it was just editing, Monday and Tuesday really. Nothing particularly big happened that day. We had a few screenings, not of our stuff, but of other people's stuff, which we had to watch. We took some hours out of the day, but that's no problem, But the real kicker happened on Wednesday, which is why it's taken so long to get this diary out, because there was a huge delay with the fact that Delta Donovan's hard drive, it fully corrupted, and we lost about 6 hours of editing that they did, because we had a complete edit, and then it crashed and deleted everything, all of their work ever. You can see a picture of the inside of the hard drive right now, or it's still right now, but what it looked like then. Sneaking into the forest now. So the next thing that we did was, we obviously had to address this. Oh, it's very dark in here. We had to address this problem naturally. So that's what we spent most of Thursday doing, which was, copying across all the files that I had left over from my hard drive, because obviously we have the project split across 2 hard drives. But we did still lose 6 hours of audio work. I'm going to camp out here for a minute. We lost 6 hours of audio work and good stuff like that, which is really important for the project. So on Thursday, Delta Donovan had to go back and re-edit a bunch of their stuff that they'd done. And on that day, I made some posters. I made a total of 5 designs, I think, give or take. And the one we ended up choosing is this one here. We went with this one because it's a nice design, and it encapsulates the messages and the meanings of the film really well. And yeah, it makes sense to use that one more than any of the others. Sneaking around the graveyard now because I don't want to be detected by Delta Taish. It's very dynamic and cool, and it's also very dark in here. Yeah, and then on Friday, it was more editing really. And on Friday we had to leave a bit early for a shoot. So we left a bit early for the shoot, and we got that filmed. It was a final scene with Riley, who was our cast member for the week. So for the week 8 stuff, work, it's been myself, Donovan, Riley, and then we also had Sid as the doorman again, and Caden was there to help out. So we got all that filmed, and yeah, and a lot of that was more over the weekend, but we had to leave a bit early on Friday to catch the bus that would get us to the place we needed to be in time before the buses started running. Yeah, so that was week 8, and I think I'm basically here. I can see Delta Taish and Delta Donovan off in the distance. Yeah. Wish me luck. This is going to be the final sort of encounter. Woo. Week 8. That's week 8. Yeah. Pretty much done with the project now. Anyway. Time to Time to go get them. This is it, the final week of the diary. Obviously last week I put out my little ultimatum, if you will. Got my little hostage here. Don't wave. I will, yeah. Hopefully they should be on their way down here now. Don't wave. I'll shoot you. I'll do it. What did they get up to in week 9? The first day, Monday, was a bank holiday, so nobody was in. Nothing really happened on this day. Day 2, they tried to do their stupid little export, and oh no, big export problems. It wasn't working. They're trying to export it in 4K, and it was not working at all. Nope. No siree. And that's their little weekly challenge. Obviously the previous week's weekly challenge was the hard drive. That's a pretty big challenge. And then on the Wednesday they began their final evaluations. And they also tried to get Aconitum onto Letterboxd, which as of recording is yet to go through. But fingers crossed it'll get on there. If it is, it'll probably be linked to on the Google site. Now, Thursday, they went and resolved their little export problems. Because they needed something to screen, they exported it in pieces. So like 4 1080p pieces. Isn't that right? Yes or no? Or don't shake your head. Wow. I would kill them if I could, but they're bait, so... God. I can't wait to wash my hands in their blood. Anyway, so that worked. And then they finished up that 1080p export on Friday, and that's also the day they found out that the Canon ATD cameras that they had been using for filming only shoot in 1080, so there was no real point in doing a 4K export. Isn't that right? Yeah, so that was a whole waste of time. And they also carried on with their little evaluation. Yeah. And then, extending into what would be week 10 here a little bit, because technically, week 9, final finish of the diaries. There's nothing really left to do, the evaluation's happening, but because of the export issues, they couldn't screen on Friday like they intended to, so they screened on Monday instead, because this is being recorded a little bit after that, but they screened Monday, and the screening went well. They got lots of positive feedback. As you can see here on the screen, lots of positive feedback, and that's basically everything for the project. There's nothing left now other than the diary. Evaluation. They just need to put in the feedback parts and address the feedback. Lots of positive feedback. Everyone liked it. Weirdly, a lot of the first years didn't understand the story at all. That wasn't a problem with every other person it was screened to, just the first year media students. There was also an issue with the audio, not an issue with the audio when they screened, but the board that they were screened on kind of jacked up the audio, made it way too quiet and also quite hard to see. But there aren't actual issues with the audio, more just with the board that it was screened on. And those are the only real 2 bits of negative feedback, that the story wasn't clear enough. Too many people asked for exposition. What happened to media literacy? What happened to it? So that's that. That's everything. We're all done now. We're all done now. Hey! Nice to see that you've finally arrived. I have a plan for you this time. Oh, how are you going to tell us apart? Stop!
I don't know who to shoot.
No, shoot them! Shoot them! Huh. Guess they're dead now. Damn. What an unexpected turn of events. You know, I think we're gonna be okay. Come on. What a crazy set of events, huh? Ah! You and me both. What's such a zany and non-traumatizing set of events that have finished off college as we know it.
We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it, no matter how the wind is blowing. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it. We just gotta keep going. Some people do it for each other. Some people do it for the lover. Some people do it for improvement. Some people do it for the movement. Some people do it for enjoyment.
Some people do it for employment. But
we're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it, no matter how the wind is blowing. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it. We just gotta keep going. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it, no matter how the wind is blowing. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it. We just gotta keep going. We just gotta keep going. We just gotta keep going. We just gotta keep going.
hit a jig. Do Macarena.
Hit the
With
gritty.
Panini.